all of you walk back in to the Svalich Woods as the dim light that was kind of breaking through the black boiling clouds overhead disappears as you step back into the misty overhead where trees with branches without leaves, densely packed, blots out the sky. Mist hangs tight to the ground, and it is cold. You all travel on this muddy path. Irina is very silent. Um, but as you continue, for about an hour, you don't see anything. It's just a steady decline, going downwards, until you reach a point where the trees to your right stop. And suddenly, all of you see before you a massive bridge. You are at the base of a canyon, following the river. At the far end of this river, a great waterfall spills into a pool, billowing with clouds of cold mist. You see a great stone bridge spanning the canyon, nearly 1,000 feet overhead. To your left, you see a switchback of sorts, craggy and unused. You all think you could maybe use it to get to the top. But it's a trek. There's nowhere else to go. So, assuming you all climb this rather exhausting climb. Glenn, it's rather hard on you, getting no sleep, I'd imagine.
I
Things
rolled
are
a
starting.
25 on my con save.
I know you did. Doesn't make
Okay,
it, you know.
I gotcha.
But after a grueling hour, moving 1,000 feet up instead of forwards, you all crest to the top of the canyon. Right in front of you, you see an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone spanning the chasm. On the corners of this bridge, you see gargoyles cloaked in black moss, perching, their frowns weather-worn. The fall spills into a misty pool below you, and you see the pool feeding a river that tracks all the way back into the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley. To your left, you see another worn-down gallows, empty and broken. A frayed noose hanging. There's only one way forwards. Is there not?
There is.
I'll hang myself right now. This is the other way
You
out.
tempted me. You tempted me.
What is your passive perception, Valentine?
Huh? Mine? 12.
Yeah, you, buddy.
Oh, okay. Rose, as you all begin to cross this bridge, you turn back for a split second. You hear something. The creaking of a rope coming from the gallows.
Do you all hear that?
I hear the what?
You do not.
Oh.
None of you hear. Rose,
That
if you turn back and look at the gallows, you see a lifeless gray body hanging, blowing.
You hear something, Rose?
Rose, at looking back, Rose will probably like jump and have a little bit of a gasp, and it's like, oh, that wasn't there before.
The body slowly turns with the wind, and you are met face to face with a cold, dead stare of a tiefling that looks oddly like you.
What the?
Do we see this as well?
You do not.
Honestly,
Rose.
Rose has probably gotten a little pale.
The smell of rotting stench, or the stench of rotting flesh, excuse me, wafts its way over to you. And the corpse no longer moves. Its eyes stay fixated on you.
Rose, we need to get a move on.
What's happening with her? Dear.
Yeah, she's
Tug on-
absolutely
tug on,
frozen at
like,
the
your,
moment.
Whatever
Like if
piece of
Valentine
cloth
like
is there.
follows where
Yeah.
her like eyesight, her eye line.
There's nothing in the gallows for any of you. No
Um,
smell, no nothing, just a freight reel.
but Rose,
If any of you like touch or anything, she'll jump and say, "All right, let's go, and she'll basically take off to the front of the group and just start going at a pretty fast pace.
If you ever turn back over your shoulder to look, the corpse is still there, watching you as you run across the bridge.
Yeah, Rose seems
Oh,
incredibly
Wasn't
frightened
used.
at something she's
Was the
seen.
bridge all right?
do I know
This
anything
bridge is
about like?
big.
Do I? Is there like a story about those gallows?
No.
Okay.
Just some gallows. This bridge is big and impressive, and massive, and awesome. I think there's actually some art. If I can find it. I don't know.
This bridge sure is awesome. Wow.
Fucking awesome. It's a marvel of stonework. I will say that. It is also ancient.
It's a shame that it's not as kept up as it should be, but it's quite marvelous.
He's gonna keep it up. It's
Okay,
not
I
like
think
there's any.
I'm gonna start preparing.
I
just
know,
in
it's
case.
just, a. Oh, yes, always be ready for something bad to happen, but.
Okay.
You
Alright.
know, like as an art standpoint, it looks very nice.
But you can still look on the outside of things.
It is important.
You would know this is called Solinka Pass. Actually, wait, no, it's not. I lied. This is just
Strahd
a-
at work
this-
again.
Really? No, it's just a bridge. It's a big old bridge. Yes. This is just the Sarah Falls. Not. All of you continue your walk across this massive bridge. Across a giant chasm. The roar of water with its cold mist spraying on would be refreshing if it didn't blend in with all the fog that choked the ground and the air around you. As you make it to the other side, again, you enter a stretch of woods. And for the next hour or so, travel is light. And there appear to be no problems aside from the occasional howl of wolves. Gonna roll something.
Shit, this is the 1d12 plus 4 dire wolves
This
encounter.
is the owl bear. It drops from the sky. Where,
Shit, owl bear with wings. Here we go.
New strain.
You all continue up the path as the woods kind of fall back over time. And all of you reach a crossroads yet again. Before you, past these crossroads, you two recognize a familiar sight, or those that have entered Barovia recognize a familiar sight. Massive stone gates with the heads on the ground. Before you, though, sits a dirt road splitting into two. Even here in the mountain where you are, well, not mountains per se. Actually, yes, mountain. You guys are actually quite high up at this point. You've left the forest behind you. The fog and forest are inescapable. The dirt road splits into two, widening towards the east. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. There is no sign, but it is not necessary. As you gaze follows the cobblestone up the mountain path, you see tower heights cresting the skyline. Castle Ravenloft lies at the peak. Its ominous gray stone casting a shadow over everything. Irina will kind of shudder. Can we get a move on, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Alright, I'm just. Ares is like looking around like very, very like weirdly to see if anything's moving that he can see in his vision.
No?
You are moving.
And
It's getting dark. Night is starting to fall. There is no town in sight. It becomes evidently clear that you're going to have to set up camp or travel through the night.
do we still have those tents, guys? Oh fuck. Orin had them.
You might have a
Well,
few
if we're-
unknown.
Yeah, if we're going by what was said, he was traveling very light when he left. So
Oh,
Nor
okay.
is a packet.
the bulky
Oh.
things went to our pack mule. And I gotta say this, guys. I know his name became Nar in the thing, but it's Naul Liran.
Nowl.
Put some respect on his name.
Okay, it's Nowl now.
I'm sorry.
Now we got an owl and owl. Come on now.
You need to give that owl a name. Or
I've
I'm gonna
only
start
ever-
calling it Weird.
Weird
Weird.
owl. There we go.
I've only ever
like
read the
Larry.
name for the robot.
You've heard me say Naul. That's why
I've just started
Funny
calling it
voice.
Hour.
I don't know accent that turns L's into R and R's into L's. I know one that does the reverse. But I'm not doing that shit.
Excuse me.
All of you As darkness begins to settle in, what would you like to do? Do you want to try to push ahead to find some semblance of shelter? Possibly taking exhaustion? Or would you like to try and hunker down in the woods of Barovia on the path?
Guys, I think we should hunker down.
Have I ever done this before?
You have. Um,
Yes, we can.
it's not a good idea.
Yeah. But it's. Shit. We should have left earlier.
How far along are we past the bridge?
Yeah, I'm about to ask. Like, how much longer do I think we have?
Looking at your map, you guys walking for about 8 hours made it past the gate. So you're well over halfway there.
How many more? Can I estimate how many hours? Like, guesstimate it?
About 4-ish more.
It is about 4 more hours. Mm,
Maybe
Good.
3 if you push it.
if we really push it, 3.
I've found whenever I try to move recklessly at night, it leaves me susceptible to being, pounced on from behind. Don't
We're
know if it's a good
susceptible from being pounced on right now.
idea. But we can at least set up, make preparations, and hide. Still got the shovel. Perhaps make a big mound around us and put that wolf's coat over it. It's very large. It's just folded up.
You have been here how long, Glens?
A month?
How many times have you stayed out in the night?
A lot.
Those sorts of shelters may work for a half.
Is that true? A lot? Really?
Yes. I didn't really just stay in a broken down building in Barovia. I spent my time outside, harvesting wood, which you know how dangerous the forests are, and seeing as we're in one, this is, well, natural. I've even gone so far as to bring empty logs with me, or hollowed out logs, and then hide inside of them overnight if I need to. It's poor if it rains, but
I believe you have had an uncharacteristic stroke of luck.
well, I am quite lucky, but I also have my wits.
I'm not fitting 7 people in one of your halfling mounts. Not to be rude.
I
I
just
think we
can't
should
move as
keep
fast as you.
going.
I suggest we start making camp if we are going to do so.
Yes, I agree.
At least here in the mountains we can.
We can make camp.
Yes. Well, all of you can begin to make camp. I will need a survival check, and also who is keeping watch as night begins to fall.
I'll keep watch, and whoever makes the survival check, they can add a D4.
It is also becoming very, very dark. Are any of you going to light anything?
So I was actually going to set 10 torches around different areas, all within sight, but like pretty like covering like a rather large radius. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And then like
You
sort
are
of-
on a mountainside, but yeah, it'll you can get them in various places to illuminate all of your camp.
well, more than that, outside of the camp as well. I don't want as many close. I want them as spaced out as possible. It's more
Yeah,
so to
you-
see if something takes out one of them.
Make me an athletics for kind of scaling the mountainside to get these torches where you want them.
20.
You can add a D4 to that too if you want.
You get them where you want them.
All
You have
out.
to climb up a queue. You have to climb a little bit to get a torch in the area that you want. But doing so, you manage to get it in before night settles completely. And as the darkness falls, you will at least know your surroundings. I assume. Actually, who's making that survival check?
Who is making that survival check? If I can make some shelter with what little wood we've got, can I at least ask for carpenters, even if it's still wisdom?
Um,
Whatever check you make, you get a D4 too.
sure. We'll flavor it as well. Actually, you should be telling me that.
No, that's good. We make
Something
some
about-
lean-tos.
Quality of wood, knowing what kind of wood to use, maybe.
Yeah.
See some wood, and like, that's some good firewood. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'll just use this plus a D4. Yeah. We're good. A 19.
Nice. You gather enough wood for a fire, and the tents are pitched with your help and Nar's help. And go ahead and make that perception roll, Rose.
Yeah, I got a 28.
Bro.
You hear the howl of wolves down towards the forest below you,
Fuck, you got it.
and you hear what sounds like snarling and biting faintly in the distance.
Ryan,
But
could
it's
I
well
roll?
downhill.
Do I roll it now or later if I stay up all night? The con check.
I'd imagine in the morning.
Okay. Then we wait. But he's not going to go to bed tonight.
Okay.
He's gonna like take up a perch. I have a climbing speed, so I can get up the mountain pretty easily, but just above the camp.
Okay.
And watch over it.
Okay.
Like hugging the mountainside as close as he can get, and so like he's like trying to be on like a cliff wall almost, so that there's nothing that could like sneak up behind him without.
Make a athletics or stealth.
I'll make a stealth check for remaining hidden, but I do have a climbing speed for like getting up there.
Oh, then
You
just
have
stealth.
spider climb comparatively.
Yeah, bro can literally just walk
So
vertically.
just makes stealth.
Yeah. But
You-
he's not doing that. I just for posterity's sake, he is still climbing, but
He's walking up the wall.
I
All
could
right,
be that
guys.
guy.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not currently that guy.
but it's a 22 on the stealth check, and then I'll
Some
roll.
things never change.
I'll roll. I just rolled really high. And I'll roll perception.
This will
rolled-
be for this will be for your first watch.
Okay.
Watch hasn't started yet. I'm assuming you're taking both watches.
I can take. I mean, I'm gonna be watching the whole night.
Is anybody else going to take a watch with him?
I believe Rose said
Me.
she was going.
I believe that's what
Yeah.
I rolled for earlier.
Ares will offer to as well.
Unless you want to stay up with me. And you think you can get up there?
He is like all the way up on the.
Well,
He's
he
got a
like
pretty-
climbed it. He climbed it, and then like he came back down. Like he climbed it
Okay.
while you were making camp, so he could find a good vantage point.
Okay.
I-
Maybe not.
I'll stay up all night. I was
Oh,
planning on
Modernity
walking.
gets a bit of rest.
Yeah, I'll get a bit of rest.
Uh,
Agni, weird question. Do you happen to have some of the jewelry that Orin had with them?
I do.
So out of character, I can scribe spells with that jewelry. From the
Okay,
the
motherfuckers,
spell book that I
talk
have.
in character.
Out of
Yeah, okay,
character,
okay,
you need
fuck.
to buy the components and ink to scribe shit with.
Sorry, bro. That shit is upcharged.
Not
you better
in
spend
the middle of
100
the fucking
GP.
mountains.
You've been
Do it in
spending 100
character.
GP for everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and do it in character. But Brian knows you can scribe spells.
So, I think I might be able to use some of that jewelry to scribe spells from one of these old books we found back at the house.
Nice. Can you be more definitive? How much do you need?
I think I mean, it's relatively inexpensive. These look like pretty just rudimentary, easy spells to learn. Wouldn't need more than I think. Like something worth like 50 gold pieces or something, which is quite expensive. I do have to
Like
say.
how much?
It's like 50 GP. So I mean, it is quite pricey, but I mean, it might help us in the long term.
It's not much, is it? Okay.
Pretty expensive.
It is pretty expensive, but I think it's gonna be worth it.
Okay. That's your cut.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I said that's your cut.
Okay.
Interesting.
Do you all have like a cut-based system?
Not at all.
No.
Oh.
Well, I am going to go to bed if that is
Yes. I shall see you all
course
later.
or
In the
wake
morning.
me if things happen.
I will. I'll wake everybody. Actually, here. Do any of you have a bell or something?
Hang on, I've got 2 inventories to sort through.
I got these wooden planks that we can
You
set
need to
up
give me that
attached
light
to some
crossbow.
rope.
I just recalled.
Yeah, I've been wondering
What?
who I was saving that for.
I got
My
these
bad.
wooden planks that we can use and attach it to some rope that can make some like little chimes that rattle against each other if something happens, if that's what you mean.
I mean, honestly, I have something that's loud enough. Yeah, never mind. I'll be able to wake you all up.
Are you sure? I do have a bell and some string.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Yes, that'll, I guess, be better.
Alright, add that shit to your inventory because I'm taking it out of mine.
And Ryan, can I make my own little like hole for resting?
Take the string to a quantity of 10.
Hold, like not a tent.
I was like, just make a hole.
You're in a mountain. There's no dirt.
He's a badger.
There's no dirt. I see.
You are on a. You're like
Cliff
in the
face.
mountain.
I was like, we're in like.
We're on rock.
Misty Mountains cold, Bryce. You know where we are.
There is
Elevation.
no digging, you are not a dwarf.
You have been
Okay.
going uphill since the bridge, and you are now in the mountains.
No,
Castle Ravenloft is up there on the cliffside.
I get you. I just, I just didn't
You can
missed the
you can
translation.
try to make a.
No,
I see.
I
Okay.
don't need to make one if I can't. That's fine. I just didn't realize that we were like just on stone. But I got
Generally, you could try to find a patch, but it would be.
no, it's fine. If it's
hard.
not convenient, there's no point.
Also, this ground is very cold and hard.
And for posterity's sake, on the second climb up, he is that guy, and he will walk up the mountain face.
That's so stupid. Please climb it with some semblance of realism.
He's a vampire.
I just got it.
Vampire, bro.
Strahd doesn't need to use his hands. Why,
know.
why can't I? Why can't I?
I know.
Severity
like
of realism.
father-
There's mod
like
no flips
sod.
up there.
Okay, man.
Vampires, am I right, guys? But anyhow, the night settles in, and all of you kind of try to get some sleep in. Aries,
Mm-hmm.
as you drift off to sleep, you find yourself having some very sweet dreams. You feel them fading. The sweet dreams that you were having slowly drift away into nothing, and all you can feel in your sleep and your dreams is an intense sense of longing. That is all. Go ahead and make me perception checks, people who are on first watch.
I did already.
I made mine, yeah.
Oh, what were they?
19.
28.
Oh, wait, yeah, that was for you. Okay, gotcha. Same thing that happens on your watch. The wolves. Seems to be a fight. Down. the
Is this both of
mountains.
us?
Yes. You hear howling, scratching, and snarls, but it's a good ways downwind, and they do not appear to be moving towards you. You could seek it out if you wished.
I'm not a stealth character, bro.
Okay.
Mm.
Actually, as all of you are in the mountains, and in close proximity to Castle Ravenloft, as you can see the sky somewhat, before it's completely dark, you hear a chorus of bats, the flappings of wings, as you see large black plumes escape out the top windows of Castle Ravenloft, as hundreds of bats disseminate across all of Barovia. Other than that, that's all. Second watch.
That would not be me.
That will be
I rolled very low.
Yeah. Rose would wake up Ares because he showed an interest in taking some kind of watch.
Ares. You can make a. Actually, Ares, you wake up right as the longing starts to kick in. So go ahead. I need you to make me a con save.
Bro, addicted, bro.
18.
Addicted.
As you kind of wake, you feel this intense craving, longing for respite.
Fentanyl in that bitch.
You manage to kind of shrug off the feeling, but it's still there. You still want whatever got you that feeling. Go ahead and make me a perception check for your watch.
You get guidance. Because I woke
Oh
you
wait,
up.
and I get to add guidance? Sweet.
Yeah, because I woke you up.
Thank the Lord you rolled high.
21.
Damn.
Ares, you hear it first. Sounds like horse hooves. And a gently tinkling bell, accompanied by creaking wagon wheels.
I imagine that I can differentiate this from like the other bell that would be in the trees.
There is no bell in the trees. There is a bell on one of the tents, like affixed to the tent.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
As it grows louder, the stomping of hooves grows slower, slowing down. And from your perch, or not from your perch, but from your elevated height, you see something odd. You see a transparent man in long, tattered robes, floating alongside a horse. Its flesh is falling off the bone, rotted, skeleton showing, pulling a small cart. As it seems to notice the torches set up around the perimeter, kind of stops. You all are off the road a bit, but it will, unless you do anything, stop in front of your camp. It will look at you, Ares. You hear the voice kind of call out, "Where?"
Just the word where?
Where's
Oh,
sorry,
where's.
it doesn't pick it up with the noise suppression.
Where's.
When
Oh.
did I?
I guess I'll send the owl out to go like greet him. Or like to go like get like, a better view of the surroundings and that kind of stuff.
It appears to just be him. Both of you can see this at this point. He's in front of the camp. He's attempting not at all to be hidden.
Okay.
As you
then-
kind of send the owl down, only about 15 feet. He's very close to your camp.
Okay. Is he close enough for me to like do an
He's
insight
glowing.
check?
Yeah, he's glowing.
Yeah.
Insight check?
Insight check to see what his intention is. Is it just to sell something?
You could go off of body language, but he's literally a ghost. And he said one word.
Can I use my like an investigation or arcana check to like distinguish what this could be?
Arcana.
Okay. I have advantage to recall information about Fey Fiends or the undead.
Sure.
Roll it, Brett.
I'm letting it known. I rolled a 3 and a 4! 8!
He's a ghost! He's a ghost!
Oh my
Spooky.
god!
What?
He's dead! He's
He's
dead!
dead.
I guess
I don't get my ability later on where I just know about ghosts.
fuck it. I think Ares would probably like walk up to him.
Where's
The bitches.
Hose for
he will
sale.
kind of move towards the cart, gesture, and you will see the cart flap open, and you see a variety of things. Lots of different items. There is looks
Liver.
something like a wand,
Mm.
various swords, bottles, tinctures, a rapier, silvered, a short sword silvered, and various other things.
Can I like head towards that way but remain in stealth?
Yeah, you could remain in stealth.
He's gonna
Um,
like try and get at least like 30 feet from them.
Okay.
What?
Or at most.
These are some really nice wares you have. Let me go get the rest of my group.
It just stares past you.
One moment.
As Ares like is walking away, Valentine will walk up to the carriage. Um, Who are you?
Where's
For what price?
life?
The best I
You
can
will
offer is half a one.
Hold
right?
out a bag.
I can give you 20 GP at max.
Am I allowed to refuse?
He's not forcing it to you. Fair trade.
A silvered rapier for my life?
My
For-
life?
For a life.
Or a different life?
Life, not death.
Hey guys, there's this guy out there. He's kind of like a ghost.
What?
He's
and
waking people up.
he has some pretty cool items. I think I saw like a silver sword over there. In case you like, I'm not sure how far we are from, or I know how far we are from town, but like in case you wanted to buy anything, that would be a good time.
A silver.
I'm sorry. There is a ghost outside.
You see him? He's a ghost.
There is a
You
ghost
see
outside.
Valentine like
For the record, Eri, we do not need silvered weapons. But perhaps he does have something useful.
Maybe so.
Yes.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt for you guys to look. I'm not sure how much anything cost.
what do you mean by life?
He'll kind of just open the bag slightly, and you can feel a pull
Mm.
on your beating heart.
Damn, that was the Grim Reaper.
Get
He's
in the
selling
bag.
us shit.
No. I do not wish to partake. He'll start to walk off, not turning his back to the ghost.
Kind of move over to the cart,
There are others coming though.
pull out a sword, kind of floats into his hand.
Hand goes down to the holster.
He will kind of hand it out to you.
For free.
Oh god, the ghost sword.
If you are interested.
In what?
He's holding his hand out to you. It is a blade. They seems like a blackened iron hilt with an ornate carving of a skull into the blade.
What the hell?
3 times?
And where's the bag?
In his
Still
other
open?
hand.
Open?
Yes.
No,
Oh, no, it's actually closed right now.
it's closed.
But he has them in like both hands, holding out. You will not die. Life for one to another. Kind of motion to his horse.
I am not forfeiting anything.
For mechanical reasons, to see if you guys are interested in any of this. He sells +1 weapons of every type. A +1 shield. And his coup de grace is a corpse slayer.
What type of
Yes.
corpse slayer?
It was a rapier. Or...
It is actually a longsword.
Yeah, I don't want that shit.
Hey, I want that.
Well,
There is
guys,
a rapier,
you guys,
however.
You guys have your fun with
There
your
is a
weapons.
There
I have
also
my amulet.
are wands
For
Dang, that's
the
crazy.
and a
Okay.
rod.
You guys have fun with that. I was wondering where that was gonna show up.
I'll repeat that.
A rod of a pact keeper.
Any pact keepers in the party?
And what exactly
There's
is he
also
selling
there's
them
also
for?
a sickle.
What is he selling them for exactly?
Life.
Life. So like our life, like
Some
I
life.
take your
some
life.
amount.
I know he said life. Okay. I gotcha.
The
We
process.
do not know is the answer.
It will be painful, but you will not die. A fair trade is all I ask.
the rapier.
He'll kind of pull it into his hand, kind of examine it.
First, other than the rapier, can you enchant this?
What are you holding out?
The gun.
Motherfucker, what the hell is that? Get this shit out
He's,
of my
he's going to
store.
look at it, kind
Yeah.
of confused for a moment. Well, no, you can't read
no
any.
enchantments.
You can't read any.
It has both the holy symbols of Barovia on it.
Be gone! Ah!
No.
Fair. I will take the rapier then.
This is a vicious rapier.
Look at the vicious rapier.
Vicious.
What am I giving up?
Life.
5. about,
Do
about
it.
4.
What's your max HP?
28.
You mean 1.
Damn, I'm trying to reduce that shit.
Your maximum HP, as you hold this bag, which he's handing to you, you open the bag, and you feel your heart being pulled as you begin to. Blood throws up out of your mouth into the bag, violently draining you of everything that you have.
No,
You are
wait,
reduced to 1 HP.
I need that shit. I'm a blood mage.
Your maximum HP is reduced by 9 permanently.
Is this a vicious rapier plus 1? or just a vicious rapier?
It's just a vicious rapier.
Damn, bro, I got scammed.
This game.
You got hella
You
scammed.
were damn
That's
right.
so much.
Actually,
Yeah,
no,
you
wait,
got-
no. The base
Yeah.
vicious rapier is a
Oh.
+1. So yeah,
Is
it's
it?
the vicious. Yeah, it's vicious
Yeah, I
rapier
looked up
+1.
vicious rapier and it's only got a +1.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
rare. It's a rare
It's
rapier.
+1, and it's got the, when you roll a 20, you do extra.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's vicious rapier, and then there's vicious rapier, comma, +1.
It's the +1 variety.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, you were just. I don't think there is one that is not a +1 though, like item wise.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Aries is
You
definitely
fall unconscious.
Even with 1 HP, can I roll a con save
No,
to maybe retain consciousness?
no.
You get one trade. This motherfucker blacks you out and
Oh.
leaves.
You kind of, and then you fall back.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're running out the tent upon seeing him begin, dying.
Hackney's
Uh,
been watching for a while.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
watching.
I think we've all been watching.
He pulled out the.
Fair trade.
And what
I'm
about
gonna
the
keep it a buck with
terms?
you.
If he
None.
doesn't like it, none.
Okay, but
The
like,
deal was life for power. He took it. That is all. And he will kind of strap this bag to the front of the horse, where you can see it begin to kind of lap at the blood, drinking it. You see the horse's eyes kind of glow brighter red, and it immediately appears more vigorous. Life for life. Fair trade.
Every time you press that long rest button, you're gonna have to change that.
You can just turn off the thing where it resets your max HP.
I didn't know that was a setting.
Yeah,
By the way, I have less HP than I would at level 2.
it's harsh.
I did roll
But you-
quite high.
But you got a +1, so
How about another deal then? Can I examine that longsword?
can I take a look at the rod, please?
Whoa. You all can't be serious. You're not actually doing it. Look at him.
What about him? What about him, huh?
He is stabilized, right?
I'm
Like,
at 1 HP.
He has 1 HP. He's
He's
just
unconscious but stable.
okay, yeah. She don't know this. She just saw you
He's-
cough up a whole bunch of blood and
He's
look dead.
unconscious with 1 HP though. He didn't get like downed. He's just
He did not get
yeah.
downed. He's just
So
unconscious.
healing him wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, Rose probably went up and started tending to him and realized he is okay. He's just unconscious. Okay, in quotations.
You're not doing that, are you? Look what happened to him.
I mean, this can
Is
severely
he going
help
to be able
us.
to walk after this? Goodness.
I think he should be able to walk. It just seems like he is a lot weaker, more frail.
That's
Um,
not good at all. It's horrible.
There are health and mana. There are health potions. Mana potions. There are health potions. There
Give
appears
up
to
like
be
7 HP for a health potion.
a jug, a
Give him
ceramic
7
jug.
HP, get 7 HP. Stonk.
There are
I think
actually
that's a fair
jugs
deal.
of 3 different colors. A few amulets line the walls, and that rod is, you guessed it, a rod of the Pact Keeper.
Guessed it.
I told you, it's a rod of the Pact Keeper.
Keep forgetting these fucking things move.
It is a uncommon rod.
So I think that's +1, right?
That is a +1.
Ooh.
How much health do you want to give up, my boy?
I don't think if I'm gonna get another magic item.
You're probably not wrong. You're a warlock in an undead campaign.
Wait, stop thinking about it. Do or do not. Think in character,
There
not
is
out
no
of character,
try.
boy.
Take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I take it.
Think about Ares' convictions.
Convictions, bro. He wants magic items. They all just like me. They hate on me because they know they ain't me. They just want good shit.
Uh-oh.
I ain't even looked at the infusions you have. Bro probably
Nothing
cracked out of his
crazy.
mind.
So, Ares, he hands you the bag, which is still kind of partially bloodied.
Filled with blood.
Dark blood. I got dark blood.
Oh, who has light blood?
The bag.
Darker.
Do you open said bag? You're gonna have to take your mask off.
Look at there's candy in the bag this time. Ooh, you
I don't think.
he was
Actually, wait.
lucky.
I didn't think about that. If Ares has to take his mask off, he might not actually take it at all.
Why would he have to take his mask off?
To
I
vomit
was
blood.
subconscious.
If
It
he
wasn't.
doesn't-
It wasn't a willing thing. The blood was kind of pulled out of Valentine.
I mean, you saw it. Whether or not you care,
The mask has to come off, whether it comes off when the blood is vomited or before.
you would know that your mask would at least impede the flow of blood to some degree. You could probably like go into the woods and do it. But do you want to go into the woods alone?
You could just ask us to turn around if you're that worried about it.
I've literally
I
seen
don't
your
think that
face.
Ares would take this trade. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't. This seems like something he wouldn't do.
You don't want to ask him to turn around or anything.
No, Ares would just not do the deal. I think that's what I've decided.
Okay. You hand the bag back to him. And just kind of.
Yeah. It's a strong weapon, but seeing his blood in there just made me kind of rethink.
The gaze will turn to you, Agni.
Come on, guys. My horse dies in the next 5 minutes if you don't give me more blood. Come on now.
This is not something so valuable. I'd put my life on it. And hand it back to him.
Rose, if you're interested, there's an amulet of the drunkard.
No, she's not interested after. She's a little too focused on making
True.
sure that Valentine is okay.
Are you healing or am I just chilling?
I mean, you don't have no HP. So
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have
What's
no
wrong with
HP.
you
You're just
in a
gonna wind
matter
up
of-
taking a long rest.
Oh,
Sleepy.
there's
You are
also a
literally-
bag.
Of hold. Nah.
I got one of those. Do better.
shit,
I'm
really?
disappointed.
Bro, go crazy. Bro, got the toolbox.
Yeah.
That's all magic items.
This is the artificer fallacy. Why would I trade my life for this shit when I can just trade a couple of weeks for it later?
I got 27 HP, bro. I'm not.
Yeah,
It's not a lot.
crazy, bro.
It's not a lot.
Blood Hunter's got a D10, and he's got
He-
an extra skill than
and
me,
he-
and he's got extra
and he
movement
ain't
speed,
got
and
a-
he's got 2 more skills, and he's
Yeah,
got
so it goes D6 rare, D10 uncommon, or D6 uncommon, D10 rare. and then
Damn,
it-
you rolled an 8 on a D10?
You rolled a 9.
Wait,
He
motherfucker,
rolled
wait,
it.
wait,
It was
they've
actually
got
an
a,
8.
they've got a
I
skill for
misread.
something higher than rare? What has he got in there?
He doesn't. Well,
He doesn't. I hope.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
Oh shit, I just got a portable sun right here. It's very useful.
Well,
when
if
using
none of
sun.
if no one else looks like they're displaying any interest, and Irina sure as hell isn't, she's actually kind of
Mortified at us.
just, yeah, sitting back towards the base of the camp, just kind of staring at you all, particularly at the man who's now unconscious on the ground with blood spilling all over his, chest. He will take the bag, tie it back to the horse, close it. Goodbye.
Yes, yes, goodbye.
He'll kind of just float upwards and begin moving along. Get a feeling that this might be the last time you ever see this man.
This is in character, bro.
It's floating. It'll kind of
What?
just stop.
What's wrong?
Playing it off. That's aggravating.
He keeps going.
You can always call him back if you want.
You were the one asking me to exercise restraint.
I am asking you to exercise restraint.
So don't go
Love it.
tempting me.
Oh,
Well, okay, now that you two are done, can one of you help me carry him back?
I imagine she is being, she is like still holding him. Like,
Been holding me?
yeah.
I'm not aware you were holding him.
Did
I
not
mean-
say that.
She was examining to see if he was alright. I imagine she pulled out the healer's supplies she had, saw that there wasn't really anything she could do with them, but is still
Dude
like
got
checking.
Rose
Both
and
you and
Glad.
Rose did that.
Dude got Rose and Glenn's.
You also got blood all over your chest.
Colon.
Dirty ass man.
Probably was considering like what to do, and it was like, okay, get some water, try to wipe off some things, see what's happening inside your, like, open up the mouth, just seeing
Thanks.
what's wrong. First aid, general first aid. But yeah, carry him back.
Yes,
Sure.
let's get him into a tent.
That
Let's
works.
hope he'll be okay, relatively okay by morning.
Okay, pick him up. Let's see. Ares, do you think you can stay up for the rest of the watch, or do you need somebody up with you, since Valentine is now asleep?
No one's
Oh.
always awake.
Okay.
It's true.
Well, I was planning on staying up and trying to figure some of this stuff out, but yeah, I guess I could stay up with Agni.
No.
Agni's not
I
going
am
to
going
stay
back
awake.
to sleep.
Oh, okay. Then I guess we can take turns.
No.
Am I misinterpreting something?
The robot,
robot.
is staying awake with you.
Now,
Construct.
Okay. Then
It'll help keep watch with you for the rest of the night. We're
Alright,
awfully drowsy.
all right, and Wyred, if you see anything, let me know.
Oh god.
Can I tell a familiar to do that or no?
You can command it.
He's under
Yes.
your command.
Yeah.
Nah, he's on strike.
Bro says you're not paying him enough.
Not
10
feed me
gold
enough
pieces
rats.
wasn't enough.
Oh come on! I just gave him a name. Wyron.
Yeah, I know, that's the come on.
You've known me for 5 years, and you
Just
just now
now.
gave me a name.
Okay. Well,
Goodbye,
going
Corpse
back to
Slayer. My
the
bad.
rest the rest of the night is uneventful in Barovian terms. It's still extremely nerve-wracking. And Ares, your loneliness, I don't know how good of a, well, not loneliness, but you're alone. I don't know if you count Nowell as a companion or not.
It occasionally says things that you do not comprehend.
Just kind of worries.
It's in fact seem if you are listening to it often enough, you can tell this was recorded in Agni's voice, although she was doing a good job of making it not sound like herself.
It's me, Nowell. Fuck you.
But it's just the same 3 monotonous tones over and over.
Okay. Well, morning comes back around. A slight light pierces, not even pierces the canopy, but the pitch black that it was earlier is now replaced by rolling black clouds overhead. You guys are somewhat in a forest. It's day. Valentine, you wake up feeling horrible, weaker.
Do I press the long rest button?
You do.
He stopped you from keeping yourself up. Bro knocked your ass out.
Where's that? Nah, no exhaustion on my watch.
But actually, I hate to
Actually,
bring this
wait,
up.
no, you
Yeah.
don't.
Does this mean we stayed a little bit longer for him to rest the entire long rest?
If
or?
you, yeah, you can go.
He was
If
only
you're
up
awake-
for the first watch. It was only the first watch that
That
had
would
happened.
count as part of his 2 hours before he got
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you can get your, you can technically get your long rest in, yes.
I didn't stay up past this first watch.
Yeah, you can get your long rest in.
Did that not happen on the second watch?
It
It
happened
did.
at the
on
very
second watch,
start.
but it wasn't like
I see.
I'm not gonna do the time calculations on that.
It'd
I'll
be
say-
like we'd be like
Technically,
sleeping.
we
He'd
spent,
be
like,
sleeping
another
like an
hour.
hour longer than everyone else.
Yeah,
That's fine. I mean, we're gonna make it there in the daytime no matter what. We're only 3
Right.
hours away, so we're chill.
you will awake. Irina kind of, as you wake up, Valentine should kind of pat you. You all right?
Hmm. I feel very sick. Lightheaded.
Right.
But
That makes sense. I have no idea what happened to you.
Just
Where is
think
the
it was worth
sword?
it.
where's the sword?
By your side. Right there. I had to take off some things off of you to see what was wrong.
Like pat himself down. What did you take?
Backpack, cloak. Really, I just put your shirt back on afterwards. Pants I kept on. Didn't seem as if anything was wrong with your legs.
I don't think anything was wrong with my chest either.
You were coughing up blood. Lots of it at that.
Vomited it, but yeah. He pulled it out of me. Willingly, I suppose.
Didn't
I
know if he
didn't know that
stabbed
was
you
what was
or
gonna
anything
happen.
of the sort. Couldn't tell.
It was a bit hazy from back in the camp, but if you're alright and you have a sword, let's hope
Yes.
it's a good sword.
Need to look, see it, see, like, hold it up.
Certainly better than mine. She'll kind of draw her rapier slightly. It's a bit rusty and worn.
I have another one that you might like. I've kept it well.
Hopefully I won't be needing this one if we get to Valakai alive.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Speaking of which,
you should probably head out soonish.
We have. We can get there in 4 hours. Walking at a normal speed.
right. Dice. Okay.
Did anyone else make a deal?
No, me and Rose went to right ahead to see if you are alright, inspected your wounds.
I was a little
Ares.
tempted.
Yeah.
I was a little tempted too, but seeing the blood in the bag kind of dissuade me from.
I thought you were a fighter.
Thought that I was a fighter.
Yes. My understanding of what you all were.
I mean,
I certainly have no need for a sword. Not
Yeah.
a new one.
I think my magic will be plenty enough.
If my pops was able to come here beforehand with just this and make it out fine, then I don't see why I can't either. I certainly don't need to sacrifice my own vitality for it.
You haven't seen him, no?
I wasn't going to make that comment, but yes.
I mean, he was here before, and then he was brought
Missing
back.
now.
Yes. But I didn't know he came here at all. He came here before I was born, it seems.
If we are going to pursue the path that we are set on, we'll need more than just silvered weapons.
Well, that's why I'm here. Got plenty of brawn alongside the weapon.
Valentine will look at you. Yes, I suppose that is all you have.
Damn.
Let us go.
Confidence?
Bit of kindness never hurt.
Exactly. Don't know what has him all upset, but hopefully
He
it's fine
did
in the
just
end.
have
I'd presume
awful
vomiting up,
amounts of blood.
yes, gallons of blood.
Meeting the
Just-
man that presumably turned me into this.
I was whispering to her,
Last couple days haven't been great.
Irina was not whispering.
but I see.
Yeah, that's what do it.
Also, your presumed optimism of Barovia, but seems respectful at times, but other times it seems to mask the horrors that this land has as something childish and to be thankful for. It's rather offensive.
Can't say I understood at all what that meant.
You
Means you ought to be more cautious.
I'm plenty
Right.
cautious.
you described the land as nice and
Cautious to not need a magical
mysterious.
weapon.
It is mysterious. It's a
It
wonder of the
Yes.
world for sure. Certainly very scary, but I can't say I've been scared many times in my life.
Like that. Those second-handed statements.
It's just brave is all. The only times I have been
Foolish.
scared have been here.
Bravery is not the lack of fear. It's having fear and persevering.
Maybe you should be scared of some of the things you see here.
Well, I mean, I kind of am. I'm
Doesn't
certainly scared
matter.
of
We
the
need
man.
to
I think,
bring
yes,
Irina to
Yes,
Valakai.
can we please go?
I
Yes.
imagine we
Tired
were
of hearing
walking
it.
and talking, but
you're picking up the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have the time to
Quite
cook this
frankly, I
morning.
don't care if you are scared of it or not. I appreciate all of you for taking me, but we do have to get there.
Yes. Why
That's
are
the
you
goal.
going there?
Huh. Hopefully it's safe.
Mm,
You, I've heard of
safe.
it. There's a church in Iraqi. Supposedly hallowed ground.
Yes.
Strahd
Is
cannot enter it.
is it the Night Mother?
No.
That does not exist. There are no
S-
worshipping places to her. Hmm. I wish
Saint
you.
Alders. It's, that is a. It is a. It is a far shot, but it's something.
Well, I am at least excited to potentially meet more people of faith.
Yeah, I don't think you had a good interaction with the last one.
He had. It seems like he had the right heart, just a misguided way of going about it, maybe? I don't know. I cannot claim to know what he was thinking, nor can I really judge his actions.
We didn't exactly get the most time to talk to them.
Valaka is very large, much larger than Barovia. I've never been to St. Alders specifically, but my parents were involved.
Well,
They were
that's a
good
relief.
people, so I believe it will be a safe place.
That's refreshing to hear. So to get worse than the old manor.
I agree. Well, we should probably head there.
Yes, I believe we're all packed up now.
Right, off.
All right, then onwards we go.
Oh, and be aware there was a lot of howling coming from downhill this way last night, so we may find things left over.
Then I guess we better cover our tracks then a little bit, and then Ares is gonna go kind of like a little bit towards like a couple of trees and cast I can't speak.
Prestidigitation.
Yes, I'm gonna cast that
Struggling.
spell on one of the trees, and I'm gonna make the I'm gonna create the illusion of smell of for an hour of like raw meat, like raw steak or something.
Okay.
You put up the bear bag.
Well. So, with that, all of you begin your descent down the other side of the mountains, back into the forest. The canopy covers yet again. And you go downhill through a stretch of forest. And after a moment, Rose, you spot what you think could have been the fighting that you heard. A tree stands towards somewhat off the path, but you see rope torn, scattered around the tree, almost like it was binding something. Whatever it was is gone. But you see large claw marks, kind of raked across the trees in its vicinity. Splatters of blood that lead off into the woods.
it seems it may have been a good thing we did not rush straight to town, or else we would have encountered whatever that was.
Do you want to see where the blood leads, or it would require you going off trail? But up to you.
I feel like a bit based on our prior conversation, we were kind of in a hurry to start getting there. So I would say no.
It's up to Riz. But yeah. Alright. You continue onwards, leaving behind whatever wreckage was caused here. It's uneventful as you kind of wedge your way down a mountain pass, coming out of the forest, going down. Farther and farther until you reach a stretch of rocky crags dotted by tall trees that stretch out into a longer portion of forest. Down a path, easier to see from above than you would imagine from below, you see a windmill. Oh, one sec.
Ah, shit, the denizens of the windmill got him.
No underwear, Dad, this time.
Okay, Brian, what does this armor look like and this shield?
It looks pretty fucking plain, to be honest.
I see. Okay.
Well, it depends on which one of them is infused. The shield is infused at the moment, the armor is not. But it's
Whatever.
the same thing.
Ooh, my boy eating good.
Eating good.
Goddamn.
Okay, but can you explain a little bit about the shield? Since it is infused. So I imagine it looks very nice. Certainly better
It
than her
looks-
shield, which is...
I mean, it looks nicer than your shield, which is a scarf with chunks of wood in it, as you've described.
It is just like a fishnet with like wood balls on it and a scarf that she
As far as craftsmanship goes, it is very clearly just wooden with a steel rim around it, like a wood core steel reinforcement. And as for why it's so damn durable, it's magic, bro. Tunk, tunk.
There's steel.
Does
on
she
the
explain
inside of
how
the
that
wood.
works
We don't know how she
exactly?
got it in there.
The best explanation you'll get, which Agni is not gonna tolerate explaining shit to you, is that it is a lattice of energy, basically. It supports the entire structure on the inside.
She is just going to think about the fishnet that is wrapped around her hand. There is a magical fishnet wrapped around the shield. I think I understand.
You really don't look like you do.
I mean, I understand enough that it's impressive and something that's not very common at all. I certainly couldn't make anything like that. The shield itself, I could make, but I couldn't make it that durable. Not with those materials.
Damn right you couldn't.
Well, let me go ahead and describe the area that you're coming into. The old Svalak Road transitions here from being a winding path down through the Valinok Mountains, which is what you were going through, to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley. Say that 10 times fast. In the heart of the valley,
Goodbye,
you
Cole.
see... What?
Don't worry about it, big dog. I said
Not-
fog-filled valley.
Fog-filled valley, fog-filled valley, fog. Okay,
That's
it's not
not
that bad
fast
once you
at all.
alliterate it. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake. Its waters dark and still. That is Valakai. A branch in the road leads west to a promontory, the top of which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vanes stripped bare. Regardless of which way you go, you still have to continue down the wooded or the mountain path.
The deed I have, it explains the location of the windmill.
On the outskirts of Valakay.
Outskirts of Elki. Oh. Damn. Maybe we check this place out later.
Where?
Apparently, the windmill. If I'm to understand correctly, I am the new owner.
Wait, I'm sorry, say this one more time?
Maybe we check that place out later. As I understand, I am the new owner.
Why are you the owner?
Because I have the deed.
To
The deed
windmill?
is made out to the Durst family, but there's an argument to be made. Yeah.
Who's to say
Where's
I'm
the-
not the dirt?
Wait, so it's like to the windmill?
Yes.
Hmm.
Agni, didn't like the one piece of advice that we got say, like, you know, don't go to the windmills?
That was from Irina, and I'd love to hear why.
It wasn't from
That
Irina,
was not
it was from
It was
from
from
one of the
Vistani.
women in the
Yeah.
inn tavern.
Yeah, it was one of the Vistani women.
My bad.
Vistani.
So I don't know. This is the conflicting thing. Do I not trust the Vistani and them saying not to go somewhere, or do I take the omen? But
Not all Vistana are the same, but it should be noted that those three Ismark, if you speak of the ones at the blood of the vine,
those ones, yes.
not the best people.
Not the best people, so perhaps there's riches inside.
Perhaps.
Or
Or were they
perhaps
being genuine?
Can bad people tell truths? It's up to you to decide.
let us keep walking and we can discuss whether or not we to return later.
At the very least, Vakali first. How about that? We can backtrack afterwards. Valaki.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and
Lucky
never made the
first.
claim that we must go there.
The prospect of a dilapidated windmill does sound somewhat enticing, though. Maybe that works out for you, Agni. I hope it does.
Oh, please.
It would be a good base of operations if we intend on staying here for longer.
Temporary.
Maybe we can make shop inside.
I have a small area of work.
Indeed you do.
That can also help.
You have a small area of work, like a house, home.
It has 4 walls and a roof.
I see.
It's very small. We can't really sleep in there.
Well,
Fumes.
something's better than nothing.
Well, I mean, like, literally, we cannot all fit inside of it.
I understood.
Okay.
There should be taverns, if nothing else.
You know, and the church.
I wouldn't want to capitalize on their good hospitality too much. But let us continue. And all of you continue to walk down. Eventually, you do reach the fork in the road that goes to this windmill. It sits on top of a hill, and the windmill is actually turning.
Almost like
So-
it's a windmill.
Seems as if someone's operating it. Could be a hideout.
Well,
Mm. Well, we can come back to it later.
Yeah, no time for detours.
continue. And all of you continue until you reach.
Mr. DM,
Yes, it's
could you describe the scenery of travel a bit?
I was about to.
Okay, cool.
The old Sphalic Road meanders into a valley, watched over by dark, brooding mountains to the north and south of you. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog has surrounded you all the way through this, and it presses up against this wall as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town's slumber. You see in the distance the dirt road ending at a set of sturdy iron gates. It looks like a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. You see planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half dozen pikes with wolf heads impaled on them.
Welcome to Valaki.
Charming.
Indeed.
Functional.
Very interesting decor.
More like a declaration of war. Or so it seems.
War against the wolves is as good as any.
I wonder if there's anyone who could tell us about werewolves more.
What?
I wonder if there's anyone here who can tell us
I
about
heard you
werewolves.
what you said, yes.
What do you want to know about them?
Well, I mean,
They kill you.
Yes, you need
If you
to
get
encounter
bitten-
someone who survived the encounter.
If you get bitten, you turn into a werewolf. Everyone knows that.
yeah, I mean, well, like,
DM,
maybe more, like,
I would like to tell Glyn's more about werewolves.
Go for it. Roll
More useful
history
information.
or
History,
arcana,
Arcana, alright.
maybe even religion.
21.
Go ahead.
What the fuck do I tell you, bro?
I mean, like,
15.
Let us
Where-
begin as I
where-
open the monster compendium.
if there might be, like, any that, are prominent in the area or something like that. Because we've seen werewolves in Barovia.
Yes,
we
they
have.
are.
But-
Common blight.
What did Agni say?
We have?
I have, rather.
You have.
You all haven't been here long. I've seen several, but I don't know if there's any specific ones that, are around here. I was there over a month, so a full moon did come around.
What do you mean by specific?
Do they have, like, is there some big werewolf that has a grey mane and scars across its eyes, or, old
Wait,
tales
Irina,
like
what
that?
did you say?
In Barovia, we don't tend to name them, if that's what you're asking.
No.
I see. Okay.
There are always wives' tales of werewolves that come to eat you out in dark, but I assume you don't mean those.
No, I mean something more, like, watch out by Luna Lake. There's a werewolf den there, or something like that.
I have no clue.
It's like they're in packs, but no, I doubt anyone knows that.
Very
Perhaps
much.
there is something.
We'll see
It
when we
also
get
would
inside.
not surprise me that they would be nomadic, roaming rather than settled down in one place for very long.
That's true too.
They are like wolves.
Exactly.
Okay.
Terrifying.
Yeah. A little bit. Okay.
Also, Ryan, I hate to do this, but I have to end like kind of early-ish tonight because I got work in the morning.
Okay. What time?
Like around like 10:45 to like 11ish probably.
Oh, so
So in
like
20
soon.
so in
Okay.
25
We can.
minutes.
So 20 minutes.
So we'll end as we get into Valaki. Or around then.
Yeah, I mean, I can do up until 11 if we want. If we want to do like 40 minutes.
That's okay.
You already,
I don't wanna
We
move
won't.
you
We
there.
won't have too much. Like, we can't get into anything else with an extra 40 minutes.
Yeah, alright.
So, as you all approach, Jesus Christ, they're watching a movie and the walls are shaking.
The walls.
I have
They got the
bookshelves,
surround
and
sound.
I know that
Bro.
feeling.
the TV is also right there. Like this wall is
Oh,
not
yeah.
long or big, and it's
Yeah,
like stuck.
My
in the center.
bedroom is like directly above the living room where their TV is, and it always shakes.
You've got the 4D cinema experience, bro.
Let's
This
see.
DVD is
Mellow
enhanced with
vision.
Disney's Fast Play.
As you approach Valentine, you would know this is the West Gate or the Sunset Gate. Although you've never seen a sunset. The other gate outside of town is also known as the Sunrise Gate, but you know, or the Morning Gate. So, as you approach the gate, two guards stand just inside, carrying pikes. As you approach, the pikes come to attention, and you see them eyeing you suspiciously as you approach the gates. What do you want?
I'm coming home. They're on a job.
Yeah, well, I don't know you, friend.
Hmm.
You could be lying.
Ah.
What are all of you doing here?
We're all escorting this fine young lady to town.
I believe her name is of importance. She is daughter of the burgomaster of Barovia.
She'll kind of step forward. It's true. I can attest to that. No kind of look between them, somewhat.
I was the daughter.
Alright. Don't cause any trouble. And they'll kind of... the gate will open. They'll kind of watch you as you enter. As you guys enter Valaki, welcome to the town. And I think we might end the session there. I think that's a general good spot to end before we get into
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there a shop here?
No. Yeah, probably.
Want
bro.
to end this
Nah, there's
session
gotta
on
have
a
at least
shopkeeper?
We're gonna end it
it's
as you
buildings,
guys get
that's
into
it.
town. This was a travel session.
Half of next session's gonna be shopping.
Half of next session.
Why?
You can spend your time looking at
Why?
it in the
You
background.
can just
No.
message
No.
Ryan!
Can I
I
just
will-
message
I
you,
will-
Ryan?
Do you really think there's going to be a shop in?
I thought there was. Is it town?
There is, but it's not the campaign where you go, I want this, 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 and that, and then they give it to you. It's not that.
Sorry, Mr. Equipment Player. There is no
This is
equipment.
this is why. This is why next session half of it's gonna be finding out what
There
they
is
have and
one
don't
shop. There is one shop. You are not spending half a session in one shop.
have. Okay.
It's
At
the,
what
it's the
point do you just
adventuring gear
ask-
worth less than 25 gold.
At
You
what
know how
point
much
you
that
just
is?
ask-
Just
Just find out why Rose is carrying two backpacks.
That's, you can't even
Find
get
out why
all of the
there's two.
weapons.
I don't
You can
need
get,
all
like-
the weapons.
What do
Daggers
you
and
need?
short swords.
What more could you possibly need?
Something that's not leather, by Christ.
You ain't gonna find it. That's more than 25
There
gold.
was a chain vest on that wagon, but you know
Yeah,
you did.
if-
Could have sacrificed your HP for that. Sorry, that's your best chance.
Agony literally has a spare chain shirt. All you had to do was ask, motherfucker.
I didn't know she had a
Who's gonna
spare chain shirt.
ask?
That's why you had to ask.
Anyhow,
Anybody
anyhow,
got some
it's okay.
extra art?
You'll be able to buy the things you want next session, and it's not going to take half an hour unless you make it somehow. But that won't happen. I won't let that happen. Sorry, Bryce. I don't mean to like. I wasn't
You're
trying
fine.
to shut you down completely. Anyhow,